gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game. And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, home to the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Blue Devils will put toe to leather and we'll get started. He'll bring it out. It's Barnes. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Wake Forest offense will start this game off with the football. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games. The team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a...
Gets away from one, finds some space. The 20. Touchdown, Wake. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
That is how you make a quarterback look good. Throw it short, run it a long way. He gets all the yardage for that play. Start the football game, finding your playmaker, and your playmaker does the rest, takes it to the house, and gets this offense started out on fire.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Duke's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the team, and they're the best players.
And a part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Got his man quickly. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. And the Blue Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. Oh, he's got some space. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
To throw, it's Daniels. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. He'll do it himself. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
Pocket breaking down. Makes the grab. It's Mays. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game.
There he goes. What a run. Gets it inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 36. The Demon Deacons pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Good timing on the quick out. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Here's the pressure. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. When you think about this, you cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. Just drives it between the uprights. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The give to the tailback. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking for a man. It's Daniels. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
The Blue Devils getting set on 1st and 10. Grabbed over the middle. It's Isaac. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? Finding ways to get...
Touchdown, Duke! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. They march 78 yards down the field, and they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Barnes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Neither team's wasted time putting points on the board. They've got it back, down 14-10. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out. He had multiple catches from the running back position. They're going to try to get that established in this game.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Demon Deacons will call on their punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Let's see what he can do with it. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They're off to a really strong start and operating with a 14-10 lead. Back to pass, it's Daniels. Zings it complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David? Turning it on! Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Might as well give it to him again. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for them.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. On the ground, it's Carney. Shakes off the defender. Trying to take it back. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. They'll give it to him again. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the back. Oh, better look out. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Fights off a defender. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. The Demon Deacons will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Demon Deacs! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. On to attempt the try. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They march 79 yards on the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They'll run it to the right. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Pulls it in. It's Taylor. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Finds the tight end. Still on his feet at the 45. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. And the Blue Devils, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Going with the ground game left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's complete to the left. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Simmons. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Motion from the back. Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Mays. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, that receiver, he knew he had to get his head turned around quickly. He's running the curl route against zone coverage, but he knows his quarterback is going to be firing that ball into him. It's a rocket pass. He's able to make the catch.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Hardy. Strong, firm tackle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Demon Deacons are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. A first down run on the doorstep. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wake Forest.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. They'll try the run. Plows through the defense. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Blue Devils in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass, it's Daniels. Catch in the middle, it's Page. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. Pulls it in. It's Isaac. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking down the middle. He's got it. That should be the final play of the first half. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. Got to get everybody to the line and spike it to stop the clock.
On the play. Brings up second down.
Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a three before they head to the locker room. This field goal attempt is going to be an even 50-yarder. And he had just enough to will that one home. And we've got a deadlock here in the third quarter. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half.
We're all locked up here in the third quarter as he's set to kick it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. And the Blue Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Oh, they're after him. Trying to make magic with his feet. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. On the run, it's Isaac. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Didn't get much on first down. It's second and 9. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Blue Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more. And that's a live ball. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few. Knocked down, but not before. He gets the first down after recovering the fumble. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. It's first and 10 from the 31. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pressure coming. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Red pass, it's complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage, because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down. The Demon Deacons will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Got it done in the passing game on the last play, and let's see what they do on first down.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback, and a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
And the Blue Devils can really attack on this second and short. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Blue Devils are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Looking for a man. It's Daniels. They're setting up the screen. Look out, he's got room. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. And the Blue Devils come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
Well, when you've had the day that this guy's had so far, why not hand it off to him on third down, right? At this point, you're almost basically expecting him to find a way to pick it up, and he does exactly that. This guy has been a monster all game.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on first down by this offense.
Second down, he'll throw it. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
Intercepted to stop the threat. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Caught over the middle. It's Jackson.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing it. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Harden. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
And the Demon Deacons line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Under fire. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. And here comes the punt team. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Motion from the wideout. Off the bootleg and rolling out. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wants to throw. It's Daniels. It's complete to the right. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. This dude is putting in work out of the slot, and he is just wearing out this defense.
Man, you see it, Reese, in football. These slot guys are so quick, so athletic. You back them up off the football so you can't get hands on them, and you just find ways to continue to get him the football. He's making plays, so I'm going to continue to throw it his way.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
A field goal attempt from here would be 54 yards. They'd love to pick up a few on 3rd down. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking to help the kicker out on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 59-yard attempt. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. The Blue Devils will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. There is a lot of real estate in front of this offense as the ball is touched dead at the 5. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Looking for space, it's Simmons. Oh, he's got some space. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Create some space, get out of the shadow of your own end zone, Palmer, and make it easier on this offense.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a running back like that, too, that can create that space for you. Now, if you're the play caller, your entire playbook is wide open.
Yeah, and I love running my tight ends across the formation. Just big targets that I can find a way to get the football to. Nice snag, nice little positive game for my offense.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Hand off from the shotgun. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Demon Deacons come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Well, that's not necessarily a throw that's going to show up on the stat sheet, but I love the decision. We're in the second half. We've got a tie game. You cannot turn the football over. And if nothing's open downfield, just do the smart thing and throw the ball away. I love that decision by the QB.
If they tried the field goal from here, it would be 53 yards. They'd love to help the kicker out on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fakes to grab. He's brought down right at the 30-yard line, well within field goal range, but let's see what they do on this fourth down. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. They stop him in his tracks, tried to sneak that fullback loose, and nothing doing. If they thought it would fool them to give it to the fullback, that was not the case.
Yeah, give this defense credit. They obviously watched a lot of film this week, and they knew there were a lot of different guys offensively that could touch the football, including the fullback, but he had no room to go there.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
Back to throw, it's Daniels. Just a short pass to the tight end. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Fires to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. And the Blue Devils kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. The give on the inside. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
They're going to ride this running back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. This This offense right on the doorstep. They can grab the lead late as time continues to wind down. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on touchdown Duke. And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
Coming out with it, it's Simmons. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
On the play. Second down coming up.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Back to throw, and he's running out of time. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On third down, going up top. Here's a throw downfield late. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Rushes on him. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving. Looking for a productive play on first down. Corner's going to give them room. Got to find a completion on this one. Snagged in the middle. It's Johnson. And that is how we will wrap this one up. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.